It may still be 108 degrees here in Arizona, but fall is upon us and cozy soup weather is just around the corner for many of you. This recipe was inspired by my cousin Julie, or Jules as we call her. She's taught me so much of what I know about cooking and always has a big pot of soup simmering on the stove for her family all fall and winter long. Stuffed peppers are a classic, but we're turning them into a hearty, savory soup that's high in protein, full of flavor, and perfect for meal prep or feeding a crowd. Hey Fit Foodies, I'm Kristen Blumetti, macro-friendly recipe chef and one half of the Fit Foodie Chicks. Welcome to Fit Foodie Kitchen, your go-to spot for low-calorie, high-protein recipes that make meal prep simple, fun, and actually delicious. And before we get started, have you grabbed your free Ultimate 10 ebook yet? It's packed with our top 10 fat-burning recipes that broke the internet. Get your copy at fitfoodiechicks.com/ebook or click on the link in the bio, description, or the pinned comment, depending on where you're watching this video. Now let's cook. Okay, let's get started. My favorite thing about making soups is that most of the time you can just throw everything in the pot and there's not a lot of cleanup. But the most important thing with most recipes is to have all of your ingredients prepped, measured, and ready to go so you can just throw them all in the pot. Everything cooks together, and then it's easy cleanup at the end. We're gonna dice these peppers up, and you need 2 cups of diced peppers, which is gonna be about 2 medium peppers. You can use any color of bell pepper you want. I like the color of the red and the orange. Plus, that's what I had in my fridge. Now, if you're a chef, don't come for me using this knife to chop my peppers. I know it's probably not the proper knife to use, but I love this knife. And this is how I like to cut my peppers. I just cut down the sides and get rid of the seeds in the middle. Make sure you get all the seeds out. The late, great Chef Anne Burrell taught me how to dice any vegetable. And the trick is slices, sticks, then dices. So these are my slices, right? You slice into large slices. Then you turn those slices into sticks. So now you just cut down so you have long sticks from your slice, and then you turn your stick sideways. Make sure to keep your fingers out of the way, and that's where you get your dices. So slices, sticks, and dices, and just keep chopping up all your peppers until they're all diced. See, I grew up watching cooking shows ever since I can remember. When I was a little girl, I used to watch a local public broadcasting cooking show called Yan Can Cook. If you're from the Bay Area, you probably know who Martin Yan is. He actually had a cooking school nearby where I grew up, and he had a cooking show on TV. I even got to meet him one time at the county fair, and he was famous for his knife skills. He would probably be rolling over in his grave right now watching me dice this pepper. But when I met him at the fair, he took an apple, a whole apple, and with a chef knife, he made all these intricate cuts and pushed up all the slices and made the apple look like a turkey with a big feathered tail. I thought I was the coolest because he gave it to me. And ever since watching him on the local public broadcasting channel, I always kind of wanted to have my own cooking show. And now, here we are. Funny how life turns out. I never actually thought it would happen. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to make your dreams happen. Make sure to keep your fingers out of the way. So you want to tuck your thumb underneath your fingers and then curl your fingers over the top to hold anything that you're dicing so that the knife actually rests on your knuckles and doesn't get your fingertips. I've made that mistake. It's not fun. And everything else I did cheat and I bought pre-diced onion. We're going to use a garlic press to press the garlic. I always use fresh garlic. If you want to take a shortcut and use jarlic, that's okay. Just don't tell me about it. Okay, that's all the prep that this recipe takes. So let's just go over to the pot and throw everything in. Okay, so you want to take your large Dutch oven or stock pot and place it over medium-high heat. And then you're going to brown 1 pound of lean ground beef, breaking it up into crumbles as it cooks. This is where the muscle part of Fit Foodie Chicks comes in handy. Okay, once the meat is browned, we're going to start adding our vegetables. So I've got the diced peppers, the diced onion. In it goes. We're gonna add the garlic. Now, here's a little secret about me. I write my recipes conservatively, knowing that not everyone likes garlic as much as I do. So the recipe calls for 1 clove, but you measure garlic with your heart. And I almost always at least double whatever the recipe says. It's not gonna change the macros. I love using a garlic press. You don't even have to peel the garlic if you get a good press. So you can put the whole clove in there. There's those muscles again. Squeeze it in. Make sure you get it all. And then the shell or the peel comes out easily, and you can do your next one. People always tell me they don't use fresh garlic because it's such a pain, but not if you have a good garlic press. Nobody likes peeling and chopping garlic. Next, we're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Stir this together and let it simmer for 3 to 4 minutes. Oh my gosh, it smells so good already. Cleaning up as we go. Now, if my husband were here, he would swear that I don't clean up as I go, but I have proof. I do. I just leave the dishes in the sink for him. Okay, the beef and the veggies have been simmering for a few minutes. The veggies are nice and tender. So now we're gonna add 1 can of diced tomatoes. I happen to have fire roasted diced tomatoes in my pantry, so that's what we're using today. Just gonna add a little extra flavor. You don't have to get those. 1 can of tomato sauce. 4 cups of reduced sodium beef broth. Now I'm gonna pour this in the tomato sauce jar so we get every last bit of tomato sauce. And then the rest goes in. Now we're just gonna bring this to a boil. Okay, almost forgot the Worcestershire sauce. So 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce or Worcestershire sauce or whatever you wanna call it goes in. Now you bring it to a boil. Okay, once that's boiling, you're gonna add in your rice. 3/4 of a cup of long grain white rice. Stir that in. Then you wanna reduce the heat to low, cover, and just let it simmer for 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, it's been simmering for about 30 minutes. The rice is cooked through, and it smells amazing. Let's serve it up. Okay, so we're gonna serve up this hearty stuffed pepper soup. If you want, you can top it with some shredded Parmesan cheese, maybe a little bit of chopped parsley. Gosh, looks so good. Do you want this recipe and over 250 more just like it? Grab them all in our app with the monthly meal plan recipe subscription at fitfoodiechicks.com/food. And while you're there, make sure to grab your free Ultimate 10 ebook with our top 10 fat-burning recipes that broke the internet at fitfoodiechicks.com/ebook, or click in the link in the bio, description, or the pinned comment, depending on where you're watching this. Now let's eat. Oh my gosh. My husband is not a soup person, but he loves stuffed peppers. I think he's gonna like this one.